Hi, welcome to the Popular Podcast. My name is Philip. Before we do anything else, let's take a look in the mailbag. Dinesh H. writes, I've already done a lot of holiday traveling this year, and I have a lot more to go. Some of my family gatherings can get a little tense, so one way I've found to pass time and distract everyone is to put on the TV. I usually try to discreetly turn it on when no one is looking and let it temporarily distract everyone. The problem is, everyone has their own unique setup, so I often struggle with how to just turn on the TV and access cable or streaming services. Any suggestions? Hi Dinesh, that sounds like a good system to keep things calm during what should be a nice time to come together. As for knowing how to handle any remote or cable box or DVR, AV receiver, streaming hardware or VCRs, I'd say do a bit of internet research on some of the more common models. Most user guides and instructions are now available online. Just try to learn as many as you can. Alternatively, when you first arrive as a guest, after that initial greeting, you can go admire their entertainment system setup and tell them that you're thinking about changing up your system at home and see if they can show you how theirs works and use it as inspiration. Be sure to take copious notes while they're explaining it in case you need to refer back later. Alright, next up, it's time for more print cartridge stamina test. Sorry, I should probably get this. Hello?
Hi, is Philip there?
This is C.
Oh, hi Philip, it's Philip. What are you up to?
I'm actually in the middle of recording an episode of the Popular Podcast.
Okay.
So did you need something?
Oh yeah, I was calling about all the leaves in the front yard.
Yeah, they're really piling up, huh?
I was wondering if you think we need to try and rake them up and bag them, or try to mow over them and mulch them up.
Well, I think they're piled too high in some spots. We'll probably have to bag some before we can mow over the rest.
Yeah, I guess so. What about using a leaf blower on the leaves?
I think that'll help gather some up, but we'll still have to bag them. I don't think there's any getting around the raking and bagging, sorry.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
I can rake and bag them if you'll do the mowing.
Yeah, I think I should be able to do that.
Wow, thanks for carving some time out of your busy schedule.
Oh, you're welcome. Well, I guess that's it for now.
Okay, talk to you later.
Alright, bye. Oh, can you also fuel up the lawnmower for me?
Alright, sorry about that. Let's get things back on track with another composting. Well, we've actually got a pretty full composting bucket right now. I think the main thing that's helped fill the bucket this time is leftover decorative pumpkins. We still haven't been able to compost them all because right now the bucket is too full. The pumpkins we got during October are one large orange pumpkin, one large white pumpkin, one small orange pumpkin, and one small off-white, sort of banana-colored pumpkin, like the color of the banana fruit, not the banana peel color. So far, we've actually only composted the large white pumpkin, mostly because it started leaking juice out of the bottom. Once we get our bucket emptied out, we'll be able to add in the rest of the pumpkins. I have to say, the need to compost these pumpkins makes me think it might have been more environmentally responsible to not get them in the first place. Well, we're smack dab in the middle of the holiday season, which means a lot of people are preparing for Christmas. Christmas decorations are a big deal for Gentiles, and also for some who aren't Gentiles. It seems like more and more people go through the trouble of doing a whole thing every year. This week I'd like to talk about inflatables. A lot of people, mostly those with front yards, like to blow up large characters with air and stake them into the ground to act as swaying specters standing silent guard to their homes. We don't currently have any inflatable decorations, but I do enjoy seeing them, and I'm endlessly impressed with the lung capacity that people must have in order to blow these figures up. Some of them are really big. Speaking of large inflatables, I remember once being near a large open field where people were taking the largest inflatables I'd ever seen, attaching baskets to them, and then they would get in the baskets and float up in the air. They made their inflatables glow by blowing open flames inside them. It was a terrifying sight. I remember looking around to see if anyone else was as scared as me, but they seemed more excited by it, and a lot of them were waiting in line to buy corn dogs and funnel cakes. So, if you have any open flames in your inflatables this year, please be careful. Before we wrap things up, it's time for household tips. Speaking of Christmas decorations, I know getting all your halls decked can be a little overwhelming, so here's the tip. Don't try and do it all at once. Decorate in phases. I suggest decorating with one color at a time. Set out any green items first, then red, then white, then blue, then gold, then any other colors that you may have. If you have any items that are both red and green, I probably wouldn't display those. Red and green are complementary colors on the color wheel and they sort of clash. Okay, that'll do it for another Pop Filler. Thanks for listening, and remember, you'll be fine.